So, Adam, we gotta talk about how they finally announced the TBS Championship and revealed the
Finally.
belt. And it's the exact same belt as the TNT Championship. I mean, come on. No, it's a new championship. It gets its own design, own look. Just because you just take the TNT and put the TBS logo does not make it a different belt.
No, look. They're completely different belts. One's the TBS belt, one's the TNT belt. Of course, they're totally different things.
No, Adam. They look the exact same. The only difference is the logo in the center.
Look, I understand how you can get this confused. It's 3 letters. They both start with T. I get their confusion. I mean, it's much like the World's Championship. It's got AEW on it. I'm like, so yeah, 3 letters. I get the confusion. AEW, TNT, TBS. They're all different belts.
No, they're not.
Yeah, totally, completely different things. Look. It's okay. It's okay. You can get confused. There's no need to get angry about your confusion.
So, Adam?
Yeah.
You do realize that AEW is on all of them.
By God. What the damn hell? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's time for a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we have some other news that we need to go over, but we're reviewing Heels. It finally happened. Episode 7's here.
I waited 2 weeks in a day to watch this episode.
Yeah, I was busy last night.
Sucked.
I'm sorry. What? No, it didn't.
No, it was good. We'll get to our review of that. But we do have some stuff we got to talk about really quickly.
Yes,
let's
get right to it.
We got to talk about how NXT 2.0 and how it was redesigned to bring in the younger audience. And by God damn it, Adam,
yes,
it is. It's bringing in an average. This past week's episode, it brought an average of 62.
The average age of the viewer was 62.
Yes.
Out of there were only the amount of views it received was like only 630,000.
Going down every week, and going down in the demo every week.
That logo honestly looks like someone puked, like a unicorn puked onto a canvas.
No, it didn't puke. Unicorn doesn't puke. It shat rainbow.
Look, I was trying to be nice here. Okay,
it had diarrhea rainbow all over it.
He just lifted a tail and.
Have you ever seen a penguin shit?
Yes.
It's just like that, but it was rainbow.
And a unicorn.
It was a penguin with a horn on it, and it shot rainbows. A penguin?
I guess so.
A unigon? I don't know. But it just shot rainbows onto the logo.
It is horrible. Like
no, I got a better one.
The font, I don't mind the font. I actually like the font. That's cool. But like the color palette is so in your face.
The logo was literally Triple H and Stephanie got all painted up, had sex on a patch. Dude, that's what you got.
I do not need to know about these two rolling around all over a canvas naked.
I got that from a Big Bang episode when Leonard got Penny that as a Valentine's Day gift. And
wow.
The joke was when they actually finished, it's just where they were laying.
Like they never moved.
We moved on the Z-axis, but X and Y not so much.
Not so much.
And then they do it again, and it's all covered. It's like, so we want to hang it. We're not hanging this. But the expression of our love. It's like, and our butts. We're not hanging it. And then Penny's like, we should give it to Sheldon and send Leonard Nimoy. Shatner painted it. Oh, I love you so much. And it's like, yeah. But yeah, that's where I got the idea from. It's like, but that's what it kind of looks like. Someone got all greased up in paint, colorful paint.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rolled around. Clearly, one person, not people having sex because, well, that person may be having sex with themselves, but then there was no one else in with them because They were 62.
Wow.
No, but yeah, it's it's just
Average age of the viewer was 62. Let that settle in.
in the NXT 1.0 apparently was actually had a lower skew of in the mid 50s on average anyway, but like now it was just weird this past week it was 62. It was so, and they reached out to USA Network to find out how they're finding this out.
Hey
and
guys,
they were disappointed according to the sources, but they're hoping it's just a dusting and a hiccup in the overall. It's Vince McMahon in control of it. It's not a hiccup.
There's no hiccup.
It's going to be the norm. The ratings are going to drop down. Keep going. They may, if you're lucky, solidify around 500. But I highly doubt that. They're going to probably solidify, if you're lucky, around 300 to 400. That's my guess.
Yeah, it's
because people.
I don't know.
The people who were watching NXT watched because it was not the main roster.
But yeah, because it wasn't run the same way.
And the people who are watching it now are just maybe WWE onlyists, and they just watch anything that's WWE. But you're gonna realize how little of the people who are actually WWE main roster are actually tuning in. They're not gonna switch over because it's NXT. It's developmental. Why should I care?
Well, yeah, not just that. Like there was also, it brought in the feel of an indie show. Mm-hmm. You know,
indie show. What is that? There is
exactly.
no such thing as an indie show.
Yeah. So the new everything is brightly lit. It gets rid of the studio feel. Well, I mean, actually, it intensifies the fact that you're like, we're in a studio. Mm-hmm. Like the darkness, you were like, all right, we could be in a venue someplace.
Yeah, it's it's gonna be worse. It's just gonna get worse.
It's the theater thing where they're like, no, the lights are going to be on what you're supposed to be concentrating on. And instead, they truly are going, WWE is basically saying to their audience, this show and the audience here, that's your show. We're catering to the audience at home. And I'm like, no, you should be catering to the audience that's there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just, it's dumb. They're going to overall. Also, by the way, women have stopped watching NXT. The women that were are leaving because it's not focusing on, women. Mm-hmm. They have all these big sweaty men that they're focusing on because that's all Vince cares about. So.
And valets.
Not even valets. They don't even have valets.
Wow.
So. All right, well, that's just something I found funny. But so we got to move on to the TNT Championship. I mean, the TBS one, because they look the exact same thing.
No, they don't. They both have different letters on them.
The
okay?
design is the exact same thing. But I will say,
I still have no problem with that, though, because, I mean...
I do.
Oh,
Here's my thing. My reason is different belt, different design. It's the reason why people don't like the WWE Championships main belts, because you have the Universal and the WWE Championship, and then you have the women's, or just a smaller version of those.
All right.
And they actually have Raw and SmackDown in
We
there.
actually bring it up that it's like, hey, why not go with something different?
So
and enough people talk about it, and that AEW actually listens.
So
we could get a change.
But they're not going to change the belt and design now that they have it already made.
They could.
No, they won't. Maybe we'll get a better, faster design rework eventually. But no, I mean, it's disappointing. I get it's the sister to the TNT Championship, but that's the thing. It can still be different design.
Says it has to be the sister belt.
But overall,
or can it be the cousin belt?
But I will say this: it is the smart move for TNT AEW to do this, bringing in a second tier singles belt, because Normally the next step is, let's bring in the tag team belts. Everyone's doing that. NWA just brought back their women's tag team titles.
Yep.
Knockouts Championship came back about a year ago. So they've been kind of there. WWE's brought theirs in and just flushed it down the toilet immediately after because they just didn't care.
Who's the champions right now?
The only tag team in WWE because all the women's tag teams were split up in the draft.
Yep.
And by the way, that was Nikki and Rhea Ripley. So, but yeah, it's so it's a smart move there. I like that they did that. And they immediately made it feel important because they had many women. You had Ruby Soho who say they wanted it.
Yep.
You had Thunder Rosa say she wanted to be it. And then you had the breakout star who I'm still trying to figure out if she's actually been signed beyond the typical tier contract, the lower tier contract, Sky Blue, who made it into the Casino Battle Royale at All Out after her matchup with Velvet Sky.
Yeah.
She got airtime to say how she wants it.
Ooh.
And then Britt Baker put over and said people can fight over that instead of complaining about her being on the top. Nice little promo. So it was they into that, and I gotta call someone out here.
Oh God!
I'm calling someone out, and I bet you don't know who I'm about to call out here.
Hangman Page.
No, I'm calling out Wrestle Talk.
Oh my God! Whoa!
Not the
hell happened?
Not YouTube, the website. Because they actually had an article today that said when the TBS championship will be crowned. It basically said when this is the headline. It really says like, here's when that you're gonna find they'll be crowned.
Okay.
And the article says, TNT Rampage Dynamite goes to TBS on January 5th. So that's most likely when it's gonna be. That's the date. The most likely is. Yeah,
okay.
There's no actual date or any relevant information about when they're actually going to happen. Like the title said, it was a clickbait article title, and I'm sorry, Wrestle Talk, you get bitch about your clickbait titles for your YouTube channel, and you try to change them. This goes for your website too. Stop trying to get clicks. Also, Wrestle Talk, stop having so many goddamn fucking ads on your website. I literally one day when I was scrolling on my phone, after every news article, there was a spot for a fucking ad.
Well, of course. You gotta sell that ad space.
You do not need that many fucking ads. And if you
they need subscribers.
If you need that much money to pay for your website, well, you are getting fucking screwed.
It's updating their website.
And maintaining it.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, they're still getting screwed. So you're too many ads. And people wonder why I have ad block on mine.
Tim is starting a feud with those guys across the pond.
Damn right. Oh, by the way, apparently
I mean, I'll be honest. This Adam, way cooler than their Adam.
Apparently, their Adam was willing to give a signed copy of one of his favorite board games if you subscribe to Wrestle Talk and let him know on Twitter. And then today it was if you subscribe and you let Ollie Davis know on Twitter, he would give you a lock of his new hair from his hair transplant.
I mean, do you know what I give all of our audience?
Nothing.
Peace of mind that I'm not going to send something to them or have their address.
Like you have everyone else's. But yes. But anyway, the TBS Championship is a good thing. It'll be great to see who actually walks out with it.
Yeah.
Making a prediction here. It's going to be either Thunder Rosa or it's going to be Ruby Soho.
I want to see it's Thunder Rosa versus Ruby Soho.
Yeah, that's
for it.
I would love though to see Sky Blue to come out of the blue and just win because it'd be a great elevation.
And of course, there always could be Anna Jay.
But I think it's going to be one of those two because it's going to be like Cody. You get someone who has a name value to bring that first run. Both of those could do that for it. I think Ruby Soho would be better because then you can have Thunder Rosa on to Britt Baker for the Women's Championship match.
Exactly. All right, Tim, we got anything else before we get into the greatest show ever?
Hangman Page return and is now the number one.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot that. I mean,
the guy finally shows up to work. And he's
finally
rewarded,
shows up to work.
And he's rewarded with a world title shot.
Well, I mean, you did have Orange Cassidy in there who was never going to climb a ladder. Like, he made that as a promise. He's like, I'm just not going to do it. And yeah, I mean, whatever.
But he shows up to work finally.
Yeah, finally shows up.
Gets to put in a match where if he wins, he gets a world title shot. Then he wins, okay. So he gets a world title shot. That's rewarding this bad behavior that all these workers in this country.
I cannot believe it.
Who just want to sit home and get paid.
Tim, we can't go down that route. I'm truly sorry.
I was actually going to go on. I was like, the whole thing about, being paid a living wage,
Exactly.
Anyway, you cut me off, and I lost my train of thought.
Look, I knew where you were going.
How dare you? Anyway, let's go on to heels.
Okay. But no, seriously, welcome back, Adam Page. Welcome back. Go kick some ass. Beat Kenny at Full Gear.
Lose at Full Gear. Go win. Go have
I don't need him losing a second time.
Then go have a TNT Championship matchup.
Okay.
And win that, and then come back and win the AEW World Championship.
You know what? I don't mind that.
I want him to have a TNT Championship win first. It would be better. Also, it would really help. It would definitely elevate the TNT Championship to the level that Tony Khan says it's at, but it's not. It's a mid-card title, Tony. Deal with it.
And?
I know, but he seems to think he doesn't see it as a dice. He sees it's not.
I mean, he does not see them as having a mid card because he doesn't see that. I mean, he really does look at it as, honestly, anyone can be in the main event.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you don't have mid card talent. You'd be stupid not to realize you have mid card who should not go above the mid card at the moment.
It
doesn't mean they can't. At some point go up there, get above that, but it's where they are on the card now.
People get over.
Exactly, but you still have a mid card.
Right.
Anyway, let's move on to heels.
Yes.
The worst show on television.
What are you talking about?
How is this an actual TV show?
Were you watching something else?
You know it's bad. The ratings keep declining every week. No, let's just be honest. Sunday is not the best day for a paper.
But Stars isn't also telling us how many people that it's either doing well or not well on the app.
Yeah, and that's what apparently a lot of people are believing it is. A lot of people are watching it later on the app. So it will be interesting to see. I hope they get a second season. I hope, but we'll see. All right, so let's dive into this episode. It is the penultimate episode.
The penultimate. Oh, God, yes. My lungs hated me for a moment there.
The penultimate episode of season 1.
Yes.
Potentially of the entire series.
I don't know.
Depending if there's a second season or not.
Like, holy crap. First of all, tryouts, bro.
No. We got to talk about Papa Spade here.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about Papa Spade, because that's how the episode opens. And we get to see just how much of a fucking douchebag.
He's a dick.
He is that old school Southern Georgian father who men solve things with fights, because violence always ends with peace.
Of course.
Not someone getting pissed off and wanting to come back with more violence.
No, that never happens.
Never happens. It's always peace after someone you actually have a true winner.
You shake hands afterwards and you go on like, man.
No. So, because we get this thing, we see Jack driving King Spade after going to a specialist for his heart.
Dad's complaining about how slow Jack is going.
Yep.
He's doing like almost 70.
No, he was at 60.
No, so what? It's almost 70.
It's 60.
That's almost 70.
It's 10 away from 70. If he was 66, then it would be almost 70.
It's closer than 50. So, yeah.
No. Anyway, they're arguing over there.
It's as close as 80.
They're arguing over that, and then King Spade wants him to step off to pull off so he can piss. After bitching about being late for something.
Yeah.
And And then Jack says, "Stop!" I'm like, "I'm not too good for pissing on the side of the road." So they both piss off the side of the road.
Yeah.
And then they get into another argument where King Spade wants to have Jack fight him, and if he can put him on his ass,
he's going to give him the DWL.
He'll sign over the DWL
Even though at no point Jack has been asking for this, because instead he's just like, hey, you want to go into the future with this? I want to go into the future with this. Let's go in the direction.
The difference is King Spade doesn't want Ace to be part of it because he has a different destiny.
Except for the fact that Jack knows that Ace in college is skipping classes, barely passing the ones that he's even going to, isn't even paying attention on the football team that he's supposed to be, that he's got a scholarship from.
Yep, he's not even doing, he's not even going to practice, and so he's guessing and calling audibles on the field, and
he's uncoachable.
He's uncoachable, yeah. And King Spade does not want him there because he's this little boy who's supposed to be perfect at everything. And they get into that, they fight.
He's supposed to be leaving town and being famous someplace.
Yep, it's just kind of showing you the relationship that they had. And we also see why Jack, Ace, the little spoiled little brat he is. We already kind of got that, but we're getting more of it here. And just how King Spade is a total and utter douche of a father.
He really is. Yeah.
Also, the fact that he says, "I'm not afraid of my wife," was just a clean right there that goes to show you.
I'm sorry. No, every man should be afraid of their wife.
So
seriously.
But yeah,
she knows where you sleep.
That's how we kick off the episode. And then we get to meet, what's his name? Charlie. What's his name from the...
Gully.
Gully?
Charlie Gully.
Charlie Gully. And some people from the FWD.
Yes, Florida Wrestling Dystopia.
And talking about how trying to put him out. They eventually decide to fly his helicopter.
No, I do like how that one dude on there is like, hey, the DWL is starting to build a bigger thing. I went to buy tickets so I could scalp them.
No, so he could hassle them.
Yeah. So he can be there in the hassle. The closest row was row 40.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sold.
Yep.
And they're just like, oh, well, fuck.
He's like, I got to better keep in my marking ploy. So he goes and they basically TP in a sense.
It was flyers.
With flyers.
You glue up the wall and you throw the flyer on.
Yeah. Poster board flyers to just show how much money he has.
Yes, goddamn, that was a lot of money.
And with different people with FWD on different rosters to try to recruit them. And
like Apocalypse. Everyone from the DWL.
Yeah, and then so they start to pull those off, and then Jack shows up. He gets his little spiel.
He's like, "We're family around here."
Yep.
And I'm sorry I can't pay any of you, but one day we might be able to.
Yeah.
And when I do, I'll pay you.
And then we get to see Jack, Ace, and Wild Bill talk.
By the way, Wild Bill has been inside running the ropes.
Yep.
Like, he's been working out.
So they're having that conversation about who should win. And surprise, surprise, everybody wants to fucking win the belt.
Except for the fact that Wild Bill is the most eloquent of the three of them.
Yep.
Ace is like, Wild Bill's like, I'm the draw. Put the belt on me. I'm the old guy. Everyone goes home happy because everyone came to... I'm the one selling the tickets. So put it on me and then, clearly take it off from me with somebody else at some point. Soon after, because I'm not going to be able to show up every single week and, do all that. Ace is like, put the belt on me, or stomps feet, looks down, or something.
An old geezer. He's old. You want fresh
Ace
faces.
basically throws a temper tantrum.
Not at first. He actually has some good points, but then as things get riled up, throws a temper tantrum. So does Bill by the end.
But Bill the entire time is eloquently...
Yeah,
actually eloquently telling Ace to go fuck himself.
Yes, in a very... it's a tantrum, his own, but it's a very elegant tantrum.
Yeah, he's just like, no. I understand, Ace. you're a fucking moron.
Yep.
But I'm going to say that in terms that you don't understand.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't understand this French language he's talking either.
Doesn't help Jack. Eventually he's in his car and screams after everything they need. People are wanting from him.
Jack getting home that night.
Yep. He's getting hounded by his wife about things. She's not in on the fact that it was Jack who bought the tissues to have thrown at Ace.
Ace needed a little nudge and needed to work through some things. And also, sometimes a brother gets to publicly humiliate his brother who needs to be knocked down a rung or two.
Yep. By the end of the episode, she now knows it was him. And she's not happy about it.
Nope.
But
no, because their little one still thinks that wrestling is real for some strange reason.
Yeah, he gets suspended for punching someone, but he also finds out that he's sad about King Jack.
Yes.
King Spade.
He is sad about that. Grandpa.
Yep, so, and all of that. But yeah, it was good there. Jack actually doesn't have much of it in this episode for the most part, out of little things. It's everything else going on. It's the thing with FWD. It's just so weird to say those in those coming in.
FWD.
It just seems so weird to say
because usually the
FWD.
W is last.
FWD. It just feels weird. So you have that going on in the background. You have Ace pissed off because he's probably not going to get a belt. He gets a phone call from Rooster about what's going on in the party. So he drives down to Jacksonville, gets to the party. He's there to punch Charlie in his face, but then Charlie whacks and arraigns him to drink. And eventually, before you know it, he's falls asleep, fucks some woman.
Yep. Good morning. It's party time.
Yeah. And then goes to the show, and he's going to defect.
Yeah. Honestly, we also got Crystal having an amazing episode as well.
We'll get to her in a second.
All right.
And basically after the show, after Rooster's first show.
Is it Rooster's first show?
Yeah.
He wins the championship.
He wins the championship on his first show. And Ace is going to come out and he fucked DWL and defect to the Dystopia Wrestling. And then, which leads to Ace, who's still thinking about Crystal and kind of like, maybe I should have done the hell I did. Maybe I treated her wrong. Calling her before.
Yeah, but the entire episode was about her, having this back and forth.
Yep.
But you are going to jump all the way to the end of the episode.
Well, I'm not getting to the very end yet. I'm just getting what happens.
Yeah, he's there. No big deal.
No, he calls Crystal saying, I want you to come. Not as my valet, but as an equal pro wrestler. And all that. And she tries to talk him out of it. She's like, if you can't get down here tonight, come down tomorrow, but I want you here. Same thing. Because her entire story in this episode is her finally apologizing to Jack for going off script and getting to the things that it is. Then coming to tryouts to wrestle and doing well. And then Bill shows up in all his glory.
Oh, I love the fact that Bill tells the dad.
Who's his gimmick, the guy's gimmick.
Yeah, it's the dad.
Yeah, get out of there.
Just, puts him through the pace. And, like, I understand the first time he's like, I need you to loosen up.
Yep.
He's like, you need to go with this a little bit more. And I realize that Bill outside of the ring is the character. And Bill inside the ring, especially at that moment, you saw the wrestler who's like, no, I am, yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna talk at all the shit, and I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. I'm gonna do that outside the ring. And here, we need to keep each other safe. Yep. So here's how it's gonna go. You're gonna follow my lead.
Yep. And eventually, he's making a joke. I can't wrestle. It's bad I can't wrestle every match. And then Crystal jumps in the ring and locks up, twists him and throws him.
He immediately is like, oh. He's like, oh, you've got it, girl. He's like, all right, let's go through this again.
And then they do another lockup. He twists her and he's like, slam me. Like, I can't. Like, well, too bad. And then shoves her. and he's showing off. She jumps out of the ring, comes back in, does a head takedown.
Another Hurricanrana.
A different, not a Hurricane, but a little head, tilt-a-whirl head, tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah, it's tilt-a-whirl Hurricanrana.
No, it's a tilt-a-whirl head takeover.
Head scissors.
Head scissors. That's it. And then goes to slam him, but can't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't really let her out there.
He doesn't go along with it.
But then he says stop. An ironic change of fate. It's Willie, the one in the beginning, telling her wrestlers get the locker room. You're a valet. Like that she doesn't like her. Fighting for her to have a spot, but not even a spot at the state fair.
No,
in the championship matchup,
making a fatal 4-way. I'm like, oh my god. Also, just before she comes out for tryouts,
yep.
Bobby gives her a call, gives her a pep talk that honestly is awesome.
Yep.
And then Apocalypse looks over at him, which, by the way, this entire time I've been like, Apocalypse looks wicked familiar. Yeah, he was one of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, oh! So I saw that and I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, Apocalypse just looks over. So when are you going to tell her that you like her? Seriously.
Yeah, he's just like...
he's like, girls like that don't stay single forever.
No, they don't. So that was funny.
I like the fact that Apocalypse is like, everyone sees it, Bobby.
Yeah.
Just do it.
So... we get that. Then Willie goes to bat. Jack is still pissed at her. And basically Willie fires. He has to go and fire her. And then
Willie fires Crystal?
When she goes to her house.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, like she's getting basically told that he's not going to use her. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Because he's got to keep her and Ace away from each other.
Oh yeah, no. That I thought it was, girl, you're done with the DWL. No, it was more like, hey, Crystal, I'm sorry. Jack is saying he's not going to use you.
Yeah, basically being fired.
Yeah.
So when Ace finally calls her and tries to get her to what she absolutely has been wanting.
Yeah.
She grabs her keys and goes to Jack to tell him.
It's like, Jack, your brother's a moron.
Exactly. And she's like, this intruding is too much. She's like, this isn't about us. Now everything's about this. I'm here.
This isn't an angle. This isn't. Yeah. I'm not trying to get one up and get in there.
If you're smart enough, and like you are smart enough, like no, I'm not here. But your brother and everything. So he thanks her, goes and gets his keys, and Mama Spade is not happy because it's movie night.
Yeah. Stacy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stacy.
I still just call her Mama Spade.
But the weird part is all he had to do was just go, my brother is about to fuck some shit up.
Yep.
And I have to stop him.
Yep. So then we get back to the show, and this is where we see that Rooster's in wins the championship matchup. And we get Charlie come back to Ace and like, yeah, he's like, you put him on, and there's like, yeah, he won this week. We're gonna do a pop-up show to go against the state fair. And it's gonna be yours next week. And he's like, wait, but he just won it. Why don't you just give him a run? It's like we can be like, no. He's like,
we can wait on me. It's okay.
Like, I don't need it. Like, no, we got like, but you just gave him like. He's like, well, yeah, he's the bait. You're the big fish. Basically showing that
Charlie's just gonna sign the next big fish.
He doesn't
throw his bait.
He never cared about Rooster. He just saw him as a way to eventually get Ace
or anybody else.
No, it was after. It was clearly Ace. After, because if he could get the Spade brother.
Oh yeah, either one of them.
No, he was after Ace.
Yeah, I know.
If he could get Ace over there, it would be a big enough blow to DWL, to affect them. So, and then afterwards, Charlie goes to the ring, calls out all this stuff. They're chanting for Ace. The rumors.
He's doing, he's cutting the promo and blah blah blah.
It's and keeps trying to saying like, well, the rumor's wrong, but if there's only so much stuff I could pull out of my sleeve, and he goes like the fishing motion to call him to have.
Yeah, he does the cue like three times.
Yep, and then a Spade does come out. It's not from the back; it's from the crowd.
Oh yeah,
Jack Spade pulls off the hat that he has on, And he's like...
Immediate boos.
Immediately boos. And then Charlie tries to... They're like, hey, no, he's our guest. And he's just like, no. And he decks and starts beating the shit out of Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
And looks back at where Ace is, and he's just like, oh, my brother came from... Oh, okay.
Well, because originally Ace was going to Charlie to defend the honor, which, again, hammers in that Ace is a freaking moron.
Yep.
Because Charlie's like, I see a oh, shit, what was the term that he used?
A gallant knight.
A gallant knight. And he's like... Ace
What?
is just like, oh, a gal what?
I'm not a knight.
Don't call me a knight.
Yeah, and he's just it's that easy to get him to drink a beer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Stick around.
Like, Ace is an idiot.
Yeah.
He is an idiot.
So it's just
He's a useful one, though.
yeah. So it's just like right there. And then the episode ends with Charlie, like, get him!
Get this motherfucker!
Yeah. So, but those are the big storylines here. We kind of knew that Rooster was being played from the start. The other main thing that happens in this is Stacy gets a big singing gig.
Now, yes, Stacy does. Ooh, yeah. She's going to be doing the national anthem at the rodeo at the state fair.
The national rodeo championships.
Yeah.
I don't think it's at the state fair.
It is.
Okay, it is. I didn't hear
Yeah.
it. But so that's the big thing for her. There's little pieces, nothing really big. Other than the big thing for Stacy was Lily.
She's got a singing gig.
But the big thing was for her trying to realize it was her husband who did the tissue thing. Mm-hmm. And she can't believe and not happy that he did that. So there's gonna be some. There's gonna be some trouble up in the Spade's bedroom.
Whatever.
Soon.
I mean, we got one more episode, and it's the double turn.
That's what it's called, folks. The double turn.
So who's gonna turn on who, and who's gonna turn off who?
Yep.
What kinks are gonna be worked out?
Oh, and also apparently Ace is fine fucking his brother, but when Jack is fucking him,
Rule 34, man.
It's not. He's not okay with it.
By the way, kids, do not look up Rule 34 anything. Okay, It's kind of disgusting. It goes down some terrible paths. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's just kind of funny. It's like, I'm okay with a gay shit, but just don't show me that shit.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to see my brother fucking me.
That's my brother. That's disgusting.
He supposedly does it every week in the DWL, but that's completely different because that's in the ring.
But the thing is, he was okay with it when he thought he was
when he thought it was the other way around.
Yeah. He wasn't, but because he was the one taking it up the ass,
he wasn't cool with it anymore.
No. But yeah, it was a really good episode. Not too much happens, but it definitely builds to the finale.
The last thing that Jack says is, to Charlie is, stop stealing my shit.
Yeah.
He's like, no. I don't think you understand. You're not coming for the DWL. You're not coming for the palace. You're not coming for my brother. And honestly, Rooster, get in the fucking vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been funny if he was just, like, he started just going down that, like, he picked up a mouse and he's like, da-da, and Rooster, get in the truck. Ace, Rooster, get in the truck right now. I know you're backstage.
I think it'd be funny if
I see you guys.
the consequences is Rooster lose the belt immediately.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, I just won it. He's like, yeah.
And all right, well, I'm out.
And then Charlie actually tells him, like, you were just the bait to get Ace, and you didn't deliver.
And we didn't get Ace, so.
So why do I need you? I don't need you to have the belt on you.
What? Jack's like, please, you know what, Rooster? I love you, man.
Yeah.
You're going to be... Oh, my God. Rooster's going to be the fourth.
The fourth man.
The fourth in that main event.
The fourth man.
And he is going to walk out the champion.
The fourth man.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. But, Adam, what would you give this episode?
Because it does feel a lot like a wonderful... It's, the second to last episode is the one where you're wrapping up a lot of the B storylines.
Yeah.
I mean, not just B, but like the C, D, E, F.
Yeah.
All of the other storylines. the tissues got wrapped up here.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the consequences we'll see soon, but it was just like, okay, we're going to now, like, really the final episode is just going to be, what's the fallout?
Yeah. And then also going in, building towards the state fair.
Yes.
So, but yeah, what would you give this?
8.5.
I'm going to give it a 0 because this show sucks. No.
Seriously, what were you watching?
Porn on my phone the entire time.
Yeah, no wonder it sucked.
Yeah, because no one was sucking me off. Oh.
Nobody wants to see that.
Like yours? Ugh. It's like your face. Oh.
That's why I'm not on camera.
Yeah, because
I have a voice for radio. I have a face for radio.
Because if you're every camera that looks at it, it just
breaks. It breaks. I mean, we did one video, and it constantly just kept turning off on me.
Because you're just that hideous.
It's that bad.
Yeah, and I told you when we did a documentary on Zop Gaming, if
you can't use any of that footage.
If your face breaks my camera, you have to buy me a new camera. Like, I will not. I can't afford to. I still want my new camera because your face. No,
it didn't break the camera. It ruined the digital footage. My face ruined. So, what's your score for this episode?
I told you, 0. I would give it, because I'm going to go out of 5 stars. I'm going to give it 4. 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. I wished something a little bit more. I think it would have been better to hold off. Maybe if you left off on a cliffhanger, whether Ace was going to join or not.
I thought that's where they were going to end it. And I was like, that's a great ending. Is that you don't get to see whether or not Ace decides to come out. And then the next episode, you could either start off with Ace's cutting this a video of Jack watching the promo being cut or something. Yeah, you could. Or Jack and Ace just beat the crap out of each other in the ring.
Whatever. But yeah. I would like something a little bit more to be like, okay, we're here. It kind of felt like because of how it ended, which was a great ending, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It was still just kind of like, it's like, okay, we're going, okay, yeah, he's going to clearly, because his brother came to that, did this, his brother's going to, Ace is going to come back. Yeah, it just kind of feels a little where you could have had built that suspense up, really like waited until maybe the last minute to see if he was going to come in.
Yeah.
But it was still good. It was still a good episode. Maybe I'll get a little bit higher rating afterwards if after the finale to see how well that one is. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I like it. I can't wait for next week. Yes. And it better be only 1 week stars.
Yeah, I don't want none of this skipping a week stuff.
No.
I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, because I want to know what fucking happens. And I will have to wait several days to watch it because we watch it on Thursdays.
Exactly.
What are we going to watch on Thursdays now, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Glow?
My face?
No. Okay. I look at it way too much. Once a week is way too much.
I mean, actually, Glow, wouldn't they be that bad?
How my eyes haven't busted in my face from looking at you for so long?
Oh, by the way, we missed one other story.
What was the other story?
AJ Lee joining WoW.
Yeah, AJ Lee joining WoW.
Just wow. I can't believe you did that, man. Anyway, go ahead and wrap up the show.
Wrap. Oh, you actually mean the actual wrapping up, the closing out?
Yes.
But what if I don't want to end the show? What if I want this show to go on for eternity? Oh, wait, I mean, I have to look at your face. Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, you made it to the end of this podcast. So, how long have you been listening to, Adam?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Wow, this is a shorter one.
Yeah, I know.
For an episode with especially a review of Heels.
Exactly.
So you've been listening for 45 minutes.
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up because likes are free. You know it.
Yeah, they are.
And it helps the channel. So all you little 3 viewer listeners here, go and give us it. So we have 5.
Awesome.
So we have 5 because Adam and I both. Well, when I remember to actually go and give this one a thumbs up because,
Sometimes I do the same thing.
I forget. And then I look at him like, wait, I lived it. I don't need to listen to it. and forget. But anyway, you should give this video a thumbs up. And if you like this video, you won't like anything else on the channel because this has nothing to do with pro wrestling. Because the only other thing on here that's pro wrestling related is Nua, and that sucks. But since you're listening, you made it here, just subscribe. This way, at least you know when the good wrestling content goes live. Because Nua, absolutely.
Hey, look, Nua's been running into issues. Okay.
Oh wait, what am I talking about? Nua got canceled. My bad.
It's only 7 weeks behind now.
It's canceled, people.
It is
canceled. Nua got canceled.
Episodes have been recorded. There's some other stuff that is getting in the way right now.
This is like one of those episodes, like the thing with whole Lucha Underground. There's gonna be a 4th season. We're gonna get funding.
Look,
we're preparing to record. We have episodes record. It got canceled, folks.
There's
Nua
nothing
is canceled.
There's no issues with the multiverse. Time is not weirded out right now.
Just
it's okay.
like
it's
how
okay.
he canceled fantasy booking because he didn't like it.
I did not do that.
Instead, he ordered some Sims program
I
called
did
Meet
not
Bob.
do that. Honestly, I want fantasy booking back, and Meet Bob can fuck off to Fuckville. Okay.
You love Meet Bob.
No, I don't. It's terrible.
You love Meet Bob.
It's not. The episodes aren't over 10 minutes. They need to be over 10 minutes.
No, they don't.
Yes.
No. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so again, hit subscribe, ring the bell. Yeah, I did it.
Wow, you did that fast. I didn't even get to do it.
Yeah. So do your dings now.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay,
there you go. And this is where I insert face joke in your balls. Suck
God.
it. Bye. You're just like, oh. It's like, wait, oh no, oh.